Hello everyone. So in this video, this is the video you need if you want to learn more about exponents. So all the things about exponents and about the properties of exponents, you could find it in this video. So please stay tuned and follow me as I discuss all about exponents. So I want you to be, first and foremost, I want you to be familiar with these properties of the exponents. Like for instance in here, if you have p to the n times p to the m. So if they have the same base, like for instance, x to the 2 times x to the 5, the same base. And then what you can do is you can add the exponents, n plus m, right? So remember that, if you have the same base, you add the exponents when you multiply them. What about this one? So if you have p to the n and then you raise everything by m, you can multiply the exponents n times m and combine them, So if we have p to the n raised to the power of m, you just multiply n times m. All right, you can simplify it like that. If you have something like this, all right, p times q raised to the power of n, you can put n in both p and q. All right, you can put n to both p and q. All right. If you have something like this, p raised to the power of a negative exponent, you can make it a positive exponent by putting it in the denominator. So you have here as 1 all over p to the n. As you can see, n becomes positive if you put it in the denominator. The same thing if it is in the denominator. So if it is negative in the denominator, if you raise it on top and put it in the numerator, the sign changes to a positive. All right? So if you have something like this one, you can make it positive as well. So how do you make it positive? Look what happened. If it is p over q, you just reverse it as q over p, and the exponent becomes positive, right? So if it is p over q raised to the power of negative exponent, to make it a positive exponent, you just reverse. It would be q over p raised to the power. It would be positive exponent this time. And then you can write it like this. Q to the n over p to the n. So from here, you rewrite it this way, right? All right, what about this one? So you divide p and m. So they have the same base. P to the n divided by p to the m. Since they have the same base, the base is p, you can subtract the exponents. So you write p and then you subtract n times m, right? Or you can even put it in a denominator like this. 1 over p over m times n. All right? So remember, what is p to the 0? So anything that's raised to 0, it is equal to 1. So if there is a number that's raised to a 0, don't overthink. The answer is just 1. All right? So if you have like this, p over q raised to the power of n, you can distribute n to the numerator p and to the denominator q. What about if we have 1 over p to the minus n? As I've said, you can make this one positive, put it on top. See, it will become p to the n over 1, or simply p to the n. So these are properties of exponents. Let's illustrate it with this illustration, first illustration. All right, illustration number 1. How would you simplify this? So we have x to the 3/5 times x squared times x to the 1/2. How would you simplify those? As you can see, they have the same base. They have the same x, and x. The base is the same. So what would happen if we have the same base and you multiply? You have to, if we go back to the property 1, you simply add the exponents because they have the same basis. So since they have the same x here, and x also in here, what you need to do is to add the exponents. So 3/5 plus 2 plus minus 1/2 or negative 1/2. So we apply the first property, which is we will add all exponents. So let us now add all the exponents. That means we will add 3/5 plus 2 plus negative 1/2 because the last exponent is actually a negative exponent, negative 1/2. So we have plus negative exponent, which is negative. So how do we add these exponents? Since they are fractional form, we need an LCD, right? So what is the LCD of, so this is 5, this one is actually divided by 1. So 5, 1, and 2, right? So what is the LCD of 5, 1, and 2? The LCD is 10. All right, it is 10. So what we will do is we will transfer this one into, or convert that into a fractional form with a denominator of 10. All right, so this is it. So 3/5 becomes 6/10. Why? Because we simply multiply it by 2, because we want to have the denominator as 10. So 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6. And the second one, it was 2, or 2 over 1. How do we make it a fraction with a 10? In the denominator, we multiply it by 10. So numerator multiplied by 10, it's 20. The denominator of 2 is actually 1 because that's 2 over 1. 1 times 10 is 10, so it would be 20 over 10. And of course, the last fraction is a negative 1/2. How can I make it a fraction with a denominator of 10? I will multiply it by 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. And the numerator 1 times 5 is 5. And it will be negative 5/10. So now we have everything in fractional form with a denominator, or the LCD is actually 10. So now you can combine all of the exponents. So we have all the exponents now, right? We combine it. The answer is 21 over 10. So that is now the combination of all the exponents. Therefore, this one becomes x to the 21 over 10. And the final answer, if we simplify it, is actually x to the power of 21 over 10. And that would be the final simplification, or the final answer. All right, see, we applied property number 1. All right, let's have an illustration number 2. This is illustration number 2, and we need to simplify this. How will we simplify this? All right, so we have the numerator is actually property number 1, right? So we will start with the numerator first. The numerator is x times x to the power of negative 1/3, right? It is something like this, right? And since they are of the same base, the base is x, we can add the exponents, right? So we have 1 plus negative 1/3, right? Or something like this, right? 1 plus negative 1/3, or simply 1 minus 1/3. So how would you add the exponents then? How would you add these exponents? We can rewrite 1 as 3 over 3, right? Because that's the same. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 1 in fractional term is actually 3 over 3, right? So 3 over 3. And then we have already 1/3 here, so minus 1/3. So when we combine, so 1 minus 1/3 is actually 2/3. So 1 minus 1/3, we combine the exponents 1 and minus 1/3. The answer is 2/3. Therefore, we simplified the numerator as x equal to 2/3. Now, of course, there's still a denominator, right? So we have this one now. Now we have the numerator, and we divide it by the denominator of 2x to the 5, right? Or we can have it as 1/2, because there's actually 1/2 there, times, that's the numerator, that is the denominator, x to the 5. Okay, what property is this? There is a property that we can apply here. The property is like this. Look, that is the property. Why? Because here we have x as the same base, right? This is x to the 2/3 divided by x to the 5th. Same base x. Therefore, if it is the same base x and it is divided, we can subtract the exponents. So what we will do is we will subtract 2/3 and 5. So it would be x 2/3 minus 5. So what is 2/3 minus 5? All right. What is 2/3 minus 5? We can convert 5 into fractional form, which is 15/3, right? Because 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 2/3 minus 5, but 5 is also 15/3, right? Now they are fractions of the same, they are actually like fractions because they are actually 3 for the denominator. So 2/3 minus 15/3 is minus 13/3, right? So this one would now be equal to x equal to negative 13/3. Remember, there's still 1/2 over there. So it would be 1/2 x to the negative 13/3, right? So that is the final answer, right? 1/2 x raised to the power of 13 divided by 3. All right. So that is with a negative exponent, right? But you can also express it if your professor will not allow you to have a negative exponent in the numerator. You can always convert it. So convert it into a positive exponent. So this would be its equivalent with a positive exponent. So we placed it in the denominator. It would be 1 divided by 2x raised to the power of 13/3. So that could be your final answer with a positive exponent. All right, what about, this is now illustration number 3. How do we simplify this? Everything raised to the power of 0. All right, what do you think? Okay, I'll give you like few seconds. What do you think is the answer? All right, let me count from 1 to 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is, look at it again. Everything is raised to 0. Therefore, there's no need to even overthink it. Anything that is raised to 0 is 1. The answer is just 1. There's not even a need to simplify it. The answer is just 1. That is one of the properties that we just described a while ago. When you raise it to 0, everything will just be equal to 1. Do not overthink. Do not spend so much time in it. It might just be a little trick that your professor would play on you. But the answer is simply 1. All right? So leave a comment below if you have some questions, and then I will deal more videos. I will post more videos like this in the coming days. So please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. All right? Thank you.